I just feel like we were really locked in from the tip.
Okay.
They're a good team. They're a lot better than what we made them look like tonight. We're very aggressive. We guarded their best players like real well. So I think the biggest thing was our mentality. We were locked in from the start.
Did you have any scouting info on them? Did you watch?
Yeah, I would say our scout the last like couple of days has been really good. We locked in on like their key players,
Okay.
shut that down. But like Steph said, they're a really good team, and props to them.
Well, who were their top players?
So let's say like they were like number 3, number 10. Number 10 is that's what coaches told us. I didn't check it, but he's the best shooter in the. He made the most threes so far in
Okay.
NCAA, and he only took 2 tonight. He was 0 for 2, so like locked down on him.
But he looked like he could make it.
Yeah.
He had a nice touch.
Yeah, but like we just didn't allow him. Like that's what I said. We were locked in from like right away, and just take that away. It's always hard when you go back from a trip. You have like a day of scout, get ready. There's a lot of stuff to do, but I just felt like guys were ready to go. And coming off the loss, I think we wanted to react to it, and I think we did.
Seriously, that was great.
Thanks, man.
You were locked in there too for a while. Shooting tonight.
Yeah, it was a good night for me. Just gotta be patient. Let the game come to you. That's what I always keep telling to myself. Be patient, and everything's gonna work itself out.
How does this prepare you now for Pac-12 play? How do you feel about that?
It gets us really ready. We're fresh off a win now, so now we can head and we have 2 days. We have 4 days to prepare for Arizona, so we're looking forward to that.
And they're undefeated.
Hey, Coach Craig, he always tells us we're always up for the challenge, so
Okay.
we're not shying away from this at all.
It's a great opportunity.
So, man, you'll be looking at a lot of film between now and that game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a lot of film, a lot of like player personnel, a lot of stuff about their sets. I mean, I feel like they're very straightforward what they want to do. They want to run. They want to run on teams, and I just feel like we got to be ready for it. We got to match their intensity, their pace. I think it's going to be a big part of it.
You think this team tonight had this game circled on their schedule? I know they played Creighton to start the season. That's a good game. And between you and Creighton, you're probably the 2 best teams on their schedule.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I'm saying they're a really good team. Like, I think it was opening night they played Creighton, and it was really close. They almost beat them. Creighton like made some separation late. But yeah, they're a good team. I don't know what's their schedule like, but it was probably a big game for them.
Did
Yeah.
you see any film on that Creighton game?
Yeah, a ton.
All right. How do you think you match up against Creighton? Are you comparable?
I don't know. We're looking at them. We're not looking at Creighton.
That's the tough part about this part of the season is it's hard to compare yourself against other teams because there's been so few games played.
Yeah.
It's real early, real early.
Okay.
Real early.
And you're feeling pretty confident now going into the league?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. We're getting better. The big thing, I think, when you look at our first game and let's say this game tonight, it's
Okay.
like a huge step forward. We improved a lot, and we're just gonna keep improving, keep getting better. And as you said, like we're playing Arizona Thursday, it's gonna be a great opportunity. Like they're a great team; they haven't lost yet,
Mm-hmm.
so it's gonna be a big challenge for us, but we're not gonna run away from it.
And hopefully the crowd will be bigger. And the must will be there. I didn't see much of the must tonight.
Yeah, we're gonna need everybody to come out, pack the Huntsman. It's gonna be a good game. We need more people, but
Yeah, it's probably the Thanksgiving break with school. Probably everybody's going home, but I don't doubt they'll show up on Thursday.
yeah, they're gonna be there.
Well, we'll need everybody.
Well, with your schedule, you've played a number of home games, but you haven't played a true road game yet.
I feel like that's how usual. I mean, that's how it was last year as well.
Okay.
Until we played USC, I think, on the road when Pac-12 started. But I mean, I felt like I don't know. It's gonna be very interesting when you go on the road. How it's gonna be. We're away for 6 days, I think now.
Yeah.
So that's good to build like your habit or something like you're gonna do when you're on the road on a trip. I think we're rarely gonna be away from home for that long. So I think this trip from Florida was great for us.
Yes, it's a kind of a team bonding opportunity.
Yeah.
I know you did last year, and it seemed to do the trick.
Yeah, it did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And you feel like you had a similar experience this year?
Yeah. That's a good point. I feel like whenever you go on road trips like that, it's just like team comes together because you eat all the time together, you spend a lot of time together, you hang out like whole day. So I think that the chemistry just goes up a lot.
Mm-hmm. But now you just learn how to play in front of a difficult crowd. I'd love to see Coach play Utah State just because it's, you know how much fun it is to play up there.
Oh, I mean, I've seen some clips on YouTube.
Yeah. And I was here back in the '70s when the Utes used to pack this place, and this place got wild.
Oh yeah.
We'll have people back. We gotta win games, and I think people will recognize it. People will recognize good basketball. I think they'll come and support us in the bigger numbers.
It's a tough week. Just doing this game and scheduling this game. First of all, St. Thomas is good. I mean, they took Creighton to the wire. They were ahead with, I think, 7 minutes to go in that game. Obviously, that was 3 weeks ago, game one. But they certainly had our attention. And from day one, they've had our respect. I'm from Minnesota originally, and these guys are a new team to Division I and Summit League. But you can see they have some very good freshmen and good players. And not only that, coming off of an MTE tournament in Florida against two very physical and rugged teams, it's always emotional. There's always an emotional element that comes off of that, whether you win that tournament or do what we did, get in second. And I'm proud of our guys, how we responded and handled that. We had our travel day where we're up at 5:15 in the morning. I'm not complaining. It is what it is. Fly back, and it's Thanksgiving, and your body's all screwed up. And it took us a little while to get going in practice yesterday, but we did get going.
No travel horror stories?
Not like last year where we were in the airport for 9.5 hours and then didn't fly out. But just proud of how we responded and played, and thought we took control early. Obviously, had some chances to kind of blow it open in the first half, just couldn't quite get away. We kind of kept stepping on our toe with some foolish turnovers and just some kind of youthful mistakes, I guess you would say. And they're tough. They play very unorthodox. We've played against Princeton offensive teams over the years. These guys are when I first threw on the film to watch these guys on Wednesday night after our loss to Mississippi State, they're just really unorthodox. They put you in some really tough and difficult positions. So you just have to be so on point. I mean, this is a team that shoots 41% from the three. Number 10 for them, Riley Miller led the country and made threes going into tonight. And for us to limit him to 3 shots, and one of them was a 30-footer in transition. Credit to Raleigh, credit to our whole team, but Raleigh Wooster mainly had that assignment. And we just knew we had to make them earn everything. So it's a good win for us. Loved how we pulled away. That score at the end of the first half I thought was big, to go up 12, and just kind of, that's a big momentum one. And then I think we went on a 5-0 run immediately to start the second half, and then just kind of pulled away. So a lot of good performances from a lot of different people. I know this is opening statement, but Boston Holt, coming off the bench, I thought really, really sparked us. Not sparked, but just gave us great minutes. He had a phenomenal practice yesterday, and I'm a believer in practice, and he he was really good yesterday, and it was, at that point, some other guys I didn't think were great in the first half. Let's put Boston in, and he performed at a high level. Banged a 3 in early on. He's a great defender anyway, so it was good to see him get going. But a lot of good performances. BC 7 for 10 from the field, 14.7 rebounds, 4 on the offensive end. Thought Marco was really, really solid. 13 points, 4 assists, guarded well and hard. Of course, Wooster with 10 points on 6 attempts. Madsen kind of got it going there. And I thought Stefanovic, Lazar, I thought probably had his best game of the year tonight. Just was really steady, made shots, made great decisions, played with great poise, and that was good to see.
That play at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
You called a timeout right before then. So was that the play that you set up? Just throw a long kind of lob to Branden under the basket?
Yeah, essentially. I mean, that's exactly how we drew it up, and it's easy to draw.
So,
I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, Madsen came off of this kind of a semi-screen there, so Gabe draws a lot of attention. I mean, he can be a flamethrower, and the hardest part for any of those kind of plays is the guy, the inbounder, the passer. That guy's the toughest job, and Raleigh is such a good passer, and so that was an easy decision to put him there. And Raleigh's a high school quarterback.
okay.
Can throw that thing 65 yards on a dime, and which he can. I saw him do it firsthand multiple times in his high school football days. But Raleigh made the key on that. Raleigh made a great read. They were overflowing on the one side, and Raleigh threw it back the opposite way. And BC's a 7-footer that just went and got it, and then for BC to have the poise with 0.5 seconds to be able to catch and score it simply, because a lot of times in that scenario you just feel rushed. So the poise that BC had, I thought was really good.
What do you use a good football term in there? Great read.
I love my football.
Okay,
He's the quarterback.
Came out in the second half and scored 5 in a row, and then the lead just kind of grew from there.
Yeah, I mean, we just, it starts on defense. The numbers say that we're one of the best defensive teams in the country. I'm not going to say we are or not. Who knows? That'll work itself out. But we are defending at a high level. And we have all 6 games. I'm not sure there's one game. The second half today, I thought we got a little bit sloppy. Our offense we were hooking and phasing on the offensive end, so that was fun to see. But, when you can put consecutive stops and just kind of wear them down, we intentionally played a lot of guys, especially that first half, just to keep us, pretty fresh. And, and we were able just to wear them down, and that's what good teams do.
Will you try to do the same thing in Pac-12 play?
We'll attempt to. We're gonna. It hit me that not too long ago. So, Bill O'Reilly, our our radio guy, he said to me in a pregame, I think it was in Florida. He goes, "Well, you like playing 4-guard lineups?" And I actually looked at him like, "Well, not necessarily. I can't say I like to do that. I've never done that in 12 years as a head coach, with the exception of last year. Marco being like our 4-man, but he's a guard. But we had to out of necessity. Like you just got to put your best players on the floor regardless of position. And, we intentionally obviously tried to get more size. And tonight we did play with some size, but not as much as the game went on, just because we felt like our guards could take them out of, because they shoot so many threes, and just kind of, as the game went on, we basically did play more 4-guard lineup, but counting Boston as a guard. But no, we want to have depth. We want to run a lot of guys. We want to play a lot of guys. That's how we've won over the years at different places that we've been at. But you got to do what you got to do to win that game on that given night, and guys got to perform. It's not just a given that you're going to go out there and a guy like Boston didn't play 1 second in Florida. And so for him to answer the bell the way he did, what does that mean for the next game? I don't know. But like I said earlier, our guys will be ready. Practice matters. And the guys that are performing, you get them in the game.
I didn't see the stats yet. Where did they shoot from 3?
They were 8 for 23, so 34%. Which is, when you're shooting 41% and you live by that, you got to chase them off the line. And
the only way they were going to win this game is if they shot lights out.
And that's why those teams are scary, right? It's the great equalizer. I thought we did a good job on the offensive end, just really playing connected and playing together. 20 assists right? On 20 assists on 36 made baskets. I mean, even would like that a little bit higher, but that's still a good number. 20 assists to 7 turnovers. Just thought we played very, very, very connected, and 44 points in the paint.
There was one other thing. We talked about Brandon's shot right before the half. He blocked a shot right before then, in fact, right in front of you.
Yeah.
When you block a shot, you got to feel good about it. And he must have been feeling pretty excited going into the locker room at halftime after making those 2 plays.
Yeah, I mean, those are big momentum plays, like, right? Block shots. I feel like Brandon's gotten better at blocking shots with his timing and understanding. You know, people always talk about understanding spacing on the offensive end, and people don't talk enough about spacing on the defensive end and understanding how to shrink the floor and reading what's happening while understanding where your man is. And like elite rim protectors do understand that, right? Elite defenders have good feel and instincts. Raleigh Wooster, different type of guy. But I feel like BC, I feel like the game has slowed down for him, and he's doing a much better job of that. Gabe Maden, right? I mean, at the end of the day, we didn't have much rim protection a year ago. BC's more effective this year than he was a year ago that way. And Kaba is a high-level rim protector. He's still learning the speed of the game. I thought he really impacted the game, certainly in Florida, both games, and tonight, specifically the second half. He didn't get a lot of time in the first half. And then when Baxter gets back and healthy, and we're seeing progress out of Gavin, he is a rim protector as well. So we have 3 guys that we feel confident that can do that. And we're going to find out real quick against Arizona. I mean, I'm guessing they'll be ranked in the top 10, maybe top 5. And they're the defending champ. And we're going to find out real quick how battle-tested we are and how battle-tested we can be in protecting the paint and rebounding against those guys.
Do you like playing Pac-12 games early in the season before having played all your non-league games?
Do I like playing Pac-12 games in December? I don't have a choice, so I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it, but it's different. You know, it hit me about a week ago. Okay. We were going down to Florida. We have 3 games this week, right? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So 3 games in 6 days, and then all of a sudden you're playing the defending champ. I don't know. Part of me likes it a lot, and part of me doesn't like it. So I'm not giving you really an answer. It is what it is. You can't control it. I do think there's a level of excitement that happens for the fans to have that. The hard part is when you're in our situation where we're trying to build a new culture and build our program and do all that. You know, you like to have a lot of different types of games to build your bench and build your rotation and figure out what you're good at and what you're not so good at and play to those strengths and weaknesses. And that's the hardest part, is when you only have 7 non-conference games before you play league play. I think there's so much of that to be determined for a program like us. Now, a program like Arizona, who went to the Sweet 16 last year, and they're just like, it's not as big of an adjustment for those guys, right? So, but we can't, you know, we don't control that. And so we get ready to compete. I think our guys are excited to start league play.
You haven't played a true road game yet.
No, we haven't, which I'm not complaining about. I'm not complaining about it.
Well, and the Muss wasn't here tonight.
Yeah, Thanksgiving break. So I do appreciate the fans that came out tonight to support us. But obviously it's Thanksgiving break and pretty big football game going on and a lot of things going on.